Hi, my name's James Thompson. For those of you that don't know me, I'm the Community Relations Officer here at Maitland Christian School. And today I'd love to run you through how to use the school app. And it's a great tool for us to be able to communicate to you as parents and to get out information as quickly as possible and ensure that you're kept up to date with everything that's happening with your child. So on the screen before me, you'll see a number of applications. They say that you can tell a lot about a person by the apps they have on their front screen, and so very boring apps here, as you can see. But if you click on the Maitland Christian School app, which I'm going to do now, no, I don't want to delete it, I want to open it. It'll open up and you'll see a number of things pop up. Now I'm going to explain what each of these sections does in a minute, but I want to show you first, if you see up the top, I'm going to click on notices here. It opens up a number of notices for me. Welcome to your new app. Because I haven't subscribed to anything, there's no notices in there. So I'm going to go and click on the back button there that just highlighted down the bottom right. And I'm going to click on the settings icon, which is the little clog on the bottom right of your screen there. If you click on that, we're going to control what notifications this device receives. So I'm going to teach you what you need to know at the start of the video, and so you get the most important information right up. If you click on subscriptions, that's a really important feature. You get to select your tags. Now what this means is you select what you get notified for. And if you click the little plus button for primary, it means you'll get notified every class in primary, every update. And if you're anything like me, you'll get a whole lot of irrelevant information. You don't want to do that. So I'm going to untag that. If you click over on the white space for primary, it'll open up this screen here, which is opened up. Now you can choose your child's class. And so if my child was in 1H, I'd subscribe by pressing 1H and the little tick comes up. If my child was in year 1 in the class 1H, I'd also want to be notified of all infants notifications, because Miss Sculthorpe may want to send out a notification to all of the prep, kindy, 1 and 2-year-olds. Sorry, not 2-year-olds, year 2 group. That's not fun. A 2-year-old in year 1 would be quite traumatic. But I've selected 1H and I've selected all infants so that I would get notified of everything I needed for my child. Now, if I get out of there, for example, go back into subscriptions. If I had a child in secondary, as the person who owns this device does, then I'd select all secondary and I'd select year 12. And as you see, you just touch on it again to select it or to unselect it as well. In addition to that, I'd love to let you know about extracurricular. So you click on extracurricular, and at the moment you can select musical if you want the notifications for the musical, or primary representative sport and secondary representative sport. Now, if your child plays one sport, you will get notified for other sports, but for now we've found that this is going to be the most effective way. But we're open to feedback as people download the app, as you use it. We want to make this as user friendly as we can, and we want to give you a great experience at Maitland Christian School, especially when it comes to community relations and when it comes to communication across our school. And so we'd love to work with you, partner with you for great communication, and we believe this app will help us to do that effectively. So that's how you subscribe to get relevant notifications. That's a really important step, probably the most important. And I will say now that at the end of each year or the start of each year, you will need to update your app for the relevant subscriptions that you want for that year. For example, next year, if your child isn't involved in the musical or Mad Night, then you could unsubscribe for that. If they've gone from primary into secondary, well, then you'd unsubscribe from primary sport to secondary sport and all those sorts of things. So for some of you that have got a big family, you'll have a lot of notifications. For others who've only got one child, then there's going to be less notifications, but more communication, the better in that regard. So we're going to go back, clicking on back again, and this is the front page of the app. So when you go into your notices, you'll have all the notices that are relevant. And as you can see, the welcome notice was from 3 months ago, and the teacher can control how long a notice stays up for. So if it's not important and they put it up for a week, once the event's gone, the teacher can take it back down again. So we're going to go back. We're going to open up calendar. So I've pressed calendar, and it comes up with all of the events in the school calendar. For example, I'm going to click on the 18th of February here because we're in February 2019. Some of you won't be watching the video then, that will be long gone. But if you click on under 16s and under 18 CSSA rep soccer trials, you can click on that event down the bottom. Click on the event and it opens up. The great thing about this feature of the calendar is if you press on the three dots up on the top right hand side of your screen, you'll see a little button saying add to calendar. Now you can add this school event to your private calendar. What I love about this feature is there's also a share button. So for example, if Grandparents' Day is coming up and you want to remind your mum and dad that Grandparents' Day is coming up, you can share this event with them via text message and say, hey, this event's coming up, add it to your calendar. It's fantastic. I'm going to go back now, down the bottom, clicking on the back arrow, clicking on the back arrow again. We've also got our newsletter. And so if you click on the newsletter icon, it'll open up all the different newsletters. And so the last one came out in week 9. There'll be a new one coming out for those that are watching in the present time in week 3 of term 1 in 2019. But if you're watching this video, there may be more newsletters available. And so you'll see the newsletter has opened up and it's really quick and easy and integrated that you can scroll through, have a look what's happening, see all the latest stories, and that'll be great. Now we'll be using the notices section of the app for a lot of notification, for a lot of updates and important information that you need to know. So the newsletter will be more stories that have happened, hearing from some of our different executive teams, some great content, and keeping you up to date with things that are happening around the school more generally. I'll click on the back button, click on it again, and then you'll see the contacts button. This is a really handy, quick function if you want to contact one of the following people. Now we're open for feedback, so if you go, hey, it'd be great if we could contact X, Y, and Z, we're open for your feedback there. But if you click on the school office, you'll see that the little phone icon is there. I can click on the phone icon and it takes me straight to my call center, and I could call the front office. I won't do that. That would be a bit of fun, but we won't do that now for time's sake and everybody watching. But that just makes it quick and easy to access your contacts. So we'll click on the back arrow down the bottom again, and I'm going to go to the link section. Now this is great because it links to the school website, parent lounge, Facebook, and canteen ordering. And so if, for example, I click on Facebook, I can scroll through. Even if I'm not logged on to Facebook, cancel out there, I don't want to log in. You can see our Facebook page. So there's a status, there we go, the right word, a status informing people about the new school app that is out. And so you'll see that there. You can scroll through Facebook and keep up to date with all of the things that are happening at the school, even if you're not on Facebook, which is really cool. Again, probably more up-to-date information than even the newsletter. And that's the school app. And so I hope that this video has been helpful. Like I said before, the main thing that you need to make sure you do is go to the settings button down the bottom right-hand side, go into subscriptions and subscribe to the relevant areas that you need to get notified about. That's the most important thing. I'd love some feedback on the app. A big shout out to our ICT team, to our business manager for making this app happen. We really want to communicate with parents and we'd love your feedback. We're a feedback friendly school, and when it comes to community relations, the more information we have from you, the better user experience we can provide. So my email address is j.thompson, THOMSON, at maitlandcs.nsw.edu.au, or if you send a private message on Facebook to Maitland Christian School, I will also get notified of that as well. So if you've got any questions, thoughts, frustrations, if you're about to bang your head against the wall because you can't get something to work, then let us know. For those of you that are watching the video when we've sent it out, if you've got an iPhone 5, there are a couple of technical glitches at the moment where you can't see the settings button, but we're having that worked out and it will be resolved by the end of the week. So I'm going to stop the video there. It was great.